Good afternoon. Welcome to Craft Time with Mother Earth. I'm so excited you're joining me this afternoon. We rescheduled from doing it at 10 a.m. to now we'll be doing Mother Earth at 2 p.m. so that you guys can still tune in with us and make sure you're doing your virtual learning with your at-home school. So today we are going to be talking a little bit about Earth Day. So how many of you got to celebrate Earth Day? As you're tuning in, please let me know that you're here. Hi Donna and Caroline and Claudia and Gracie. I don't know if Gracie's with you. I'm so glad my three girls are here to join me. We're going to be doing a fun project. Kat and Kellen and Lena are here to join me as well. That's so awesome. We've got lots of friends tuning in. Keep typing in and telling me if you're joining me. Also, let me know how you celebrated Earth Day. The 50th anniversary of Earth Day was yesterday, Wednesday, April 22nd. And on Tuesday, we read a story about Max the Little Monster, and it was called I Can Save the Earth Too. So Max learned how to be a really good steward of the earth, and I encourage you to do the same. So let me know how and if you celebrated Earth Day. Miss Lisa's here. Hi, Miss Lisa. So one thing I want to teach you today in honor of Earth Day is the Earth Pledge. Can you say Earth Pledge? Yes, Hank is here joining me. He's always sleeping. I don't know. He's so tired. Let's hope the mail doesn't come while we're doing this. So the Earth Pledge is something that we get to do with our schools when we go out to the schools to do the play. And this is just a promise that you're making to yourself and to the earth to take care of her. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. And then you're going to repeat after me. I promise to respect our earth, to keep it clean and litter free. I'll use less water and recycle more. So we talked about all of those things, recycling and using less water and respecting our earth. So now that you know the Earth Pledge, remember it because we're going to do it at the end of our activity too. So that leads me right into the next thing that I want to talk about. How many of you have heard of the 3 R's? Who's heard of the 3 R's? If you have, tell me in the comments, what are the 3 R's? 3 R's. While I was preparing for this lesson, I actually ran across a great idea that involves 4 R's. So we're going to talk about the first 3 R's that we all know, and then we're going to add a new one that I especially love, okay? So the first thing, Caroline and Claudia and Gracie got the 3 R's. They are reduce, reuse, and recycle. So we're going to talk about what that means. Gracie knew that. I am so impressed, Gracie. Good job. Okay, so reduce means to use less. To use less things, okay? That's how you reduce. And parents and teachers at home, these are great vocabulary words to reinforce throughout the week. You can talk about the spelling of the word, encourage your kids to use this word in a sentence, and talk often about the definition of these words as well. So reduce means to use less. Reuse, reuse, that's an easy one. To use again. So instead of getting something new, you use something again. To use again. So this can be something as simple as washing out your takeout dishes or washing out your Ziploc bags and reusing them. Meg and her girls said hi. Hi Meg, hi girls, so glad you're here. The next one we're going to talk about is recycling. Now you guys know what this one is because we've talked a lot about it. So recycling is to change waste into a usable material again. To change waste into a reusable material again. Okay, so we talked a lot about recycling. That's when you put something in your recycling bin and it gets taken to a facility where it's either melted down or shredded and compacted and made into something new. So that's recycling. So those are the 3 R's that we all know: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And now we're going to talk about the new R that I discovered yesterday and I'm so excited about. It's renew. Renew. Can you say that? That means to make something new, fresh, or strong again. So we can do all of these things to either prevent waste or to save waste that we already have. But renew means to make something new again. Okay, so that could be planting a flower, planting a tree. That could be fixing something that's broken instead of buying a new one. That could be repairing your fence instead of getting a new one. There are lots of ways to renew things that we already have. Renew can also mean when there's been devastation to come back and make it whole and alive again, to give Mother Earth a little bit of help. So if a tree has been torn down by a tornado or a limb has been knocked down by an ice storm, to clean it up and maybe plant a new tree or do something awesome to help Mother Earth out. So I'm really excited about this new R, renew. Okay, so let's go over those just one more time. Reduce means to use less. Reuse means to use again. Recycle means to change waste into a usable material again. And renew means to make something new, fresh, or strong again. To make something new, fresh, or strong again. So those are the 4 R's. And we've learned the Earth Pledge, and don't forget it because we're going to do it again at the end of this activity. So today, we're going to get to put some of these R's into action by doing a reuse craft. So it's a little bit of everything actually. So we're going to be taking an old t-shirt and we're going to cut it up a little bit and we're going to turn it into a shopping bag. Let me show you what that looks like. So I made this one this morning. It says, "Life is better with dogs." I know Hank thinks so. But I've got pasta in here, and bread, and fruit strips, and tortilla chips. And I think it could still hold more. So this bag is a bag that you can take to the store, and instead of taking the flexible plastic bags that we know are not recyclable, we can take these instead. Now, it might be a smart idea to wait until the virus has passed a little bit. You don't want to take things from your home into new places. But when we feel safe from the virus again, reusable bags are the way to go. Okay, so let's talk about all the things we're doing by using reusable bags. We are reducing the amount of plastic bags that we use. We are reusing an old material. So we're tackling 2 R's with this one project. How awesome is that? Okay, so grab your old t-shirt and grab your scissors. Any kind of scissors will do. I wanted to make this a project where you didn't have to go to the store to buy anything that you don't already have. So these may not be the sharpest scissors. They're not fabric scissors, but they're the ones I have and they'll work. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off the sleeves. So if you have a marker or a piece of chalk, you can mark where you're going to cut. I didn't mark where I'm going to cut because I don't really care if it's perfect or not. It's just a shopping bag. So the first thing you're going to do is cut off the sleeves on both sides. cut off the sleeves. Now, this part right here is going to be your straps, and you want to make sure it's not too thin, or when it stretches out, it may break, okay? So don't cut off too much of the sleeve. So I'm gonna cut my sleeves off. First, I need to make sure that my seams are aligned so that it cuts evenly. Now, another thing I want to talk about is, as you can see on this shirt, this is my Go Green shirt. Shout out to the Arts Council for hosting a zero waste event every year. But this is my Go Green shirt from 2014. So this shirt is 6 years old. So not only is it a little bit old, I do have older shirts, believe it or not, but it's got lots of stains on it. So I don't really want to wear it again, but it's still a perfectly fine piece of material for me to reuse for another purpose. Okay, so I'm going to cut my sleeves off. Get all my seams aligned. Okay, now you can do this with me, or you can wait until we get off of the computer and you can do it on your own. Okay, so I'm going to cut my sleeves off. It helps me a little bit if I pull the fabric on either side of the blade of my scissors so that it's a little bit tight. Now, if you're younger, you may need help from your parents for this part, but there is another part that you can do that doesn't involve scissors, okay? And we always want to practice scissor safety and be cutting away from yourself. Now, my friend Lisa had another great idea. These bags don't have to just be used for going to the grocery store. You could pack a picnic in this bag. Another thing that I thought would be fun that you could do with this bag is you could take it as a sleepover bag. You can pack your clothes and your pajamas and your toothbrush and take it over to a friend's. These bags can be used for anything, not just groceries. But I do think it would be really awesome if you kept these in your car for when you help mom and dad shop. Because a lot of times they have a lot of things going on in their brains and they may not remember to take these bags in. So it can be your job to remember to take in the reusable bag. I know that your mom and dad would appreciate that so much. That would be super helpful. Okay, so now I've cut off both of the sleeves. It looks like a big muscle tee, a big tank top to work out in. The next part is to cut off the neckline. So we're gonna cut right around the neckline. Again, not too much because we don't want to make the straps too skinny, okay? And I also want to make sure that if I have a design on the back, that I don't go down too low to cut off my design. Now this one says reduce, reuse, and recycle, and I want that on my bag. And Donna just said next time the girls come over to my house for a sleepover that they're going to bring their sleepover bags in their shirts, which is awesome. They love to come have sleepovers at my house. Hi, Kama. Kama is one of Lisa's dearest friends, and we love you. Okay, so I'm going to cut off the neckline now. Okay, so I've cut off my neckline and my two sleeves, and I still have my design on the back. I'm so excited. Okay, so now we have the two straps for our bag. You carry it just like this on your shoulder. But if I put groceries in there, what's gonna happen? They're gonna fall right out the bottom. Okay, so now we have to reinforce the bottom. Let's see how we do that. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is find the two edge seams. Some shirts have seams on the sides and some shirts don't, but make sure you line it up. And you want to cut the two edge seams like this. I cut about 4 inches up. So you can use your knuckle to measure 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you want to use measuring tools to do this, you're welcome to. I'm just eyeballing it. So where I think is about 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about 4 inches too. So now that I've cut both edges, I'm going to cut into, my trusty camera woman brought me a ruler. If you want to use a ruler, you're welcome to. I did not use a ruler to make my bags, but this could be a good measuring lesson if you want to incorporate some measuring for your kids or students. Okay, so again, yep, it was right about, that one's about 5 inches actually. And then you want to make, so cut up 5 inches tall, and then you want to make strips that are about 1 inch apart. So if you want to, you can lay your t-shirt down and you can make marks on your shirt at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, and so on all the way across. Now I'm just going to guess where mine are about 1 inch. So hold the 2 sides of the shirt together and cut 1 inch strips just like this. Okay, cut 1 inch strips. It'll be much easier if you do both sides at once and lay it down on each other. Yes, exactly. Somebody said it's like a no-sew blanket. That's exactly right. If you've ever used a piece of fleece and put the 2 sheets together and tied them, this is exactly like a no-sew blanket. So this is a no-sew shopping bag. So you're going to make 1 inch strips about 4 or 5 inches all the way up, all the way across your shirt. Okay, I don't want you guys to have to watch me do this the whole time. So I had one that I pre-cut. Now, there are a couple of things about this for you to know. Is that you can do the fringe on the inside or the outside, okay? So on my bag that I already made, I left the shirt right side out and I tied the fringe on the outside. Now for this one, I wanted the fringe to be inside. See how there's no fringe hanging down here? So I turned the shirt inside out to tie the fringe. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to tie the fringe. Now you want to decide whether you want the fringe to be on the inside of your bag or the outside of your bag, and also if you want the design to be on the inside or the outside. If you don't like the design that's on your shirt, you can flip it. You can turn it inside out so that it's on the inside. Okay, so I tied all the way up to here. Move this one out of the way. And now I'm going to show you how to do the rest of these. So find the 2 pieces that were sitting on top of each other and tie them together just like you would tie the end of a shoe, okay? So cross them over each other, then loop one through and pull it tight. Now this is very important. I tried to single knot it, and when I put my groceries in, they fell right through. So you have to double knot and pull tight. So then put your loop through again and pull tight. Now don't pull too tight or the fabric will rip, but pull tight enough that it's not giving you resistance anymore. Okay, so I have a couple more to tie. Cross them over each other, loop it through just like you're tying a shoe, double knot. Okay, cross it over each other, loop it through, double knot. You only have 2 more. Cross them over each other, loop it through, pull it down and do it again. This is my last one right here. Pull through and double knot. Okay, now since I decided to do my fringe on the inside, now I'm gonna turn it back again and look at my bag. This shirt used to say, ask me about my compost. We may talk about compost on here sometime, but now I have this really awesome bag that I can put my groceries in. It's tied tight on the bottom. Let me see if it works. Put my groceries in here. Okay, I've got a loaf of bread, got a bag of chips, some fruit strips, and some pasta, and I'm ready to go. How about that? So now I have 2 awesome shopping bags that can hold a ton of groceries or my sleepover clothes or whatever I'm deciding to do with these bags. They're awesome for a picnic, anything you want to do. I think we have a couple of questions. Ooh, yeah. That would be super fun. Somebody suggested that you could tie-dye a shirt. So if you have a plain white shirt lying around, like this one would be really fun, you can look up a way to tie-dye it. That would be another fun thing to do with it. Okay, I'm so glad you guys joined me. I know you're probably not done with your shirt because I did the fast track version to make sure you didn't have to watch me tie a million knots. But I want to see your shirts when you're done. Please post a picture of your new shopping bags and tell me how you plan to use them. And don't forget, we have to do the Mother Earth Pledge one more time. So put down your scissors, put down your shirt. I have to grab my magic wand. Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise to respect our earth, to keep it clean and litter free. I'll use less water and recycle more. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. I'll see you on Tuesday. And again, I want to see your shopping bags when you're done. Thanks.